Once upon a time, in a land far, far away called Croatia, there was a fancy piece of fabric called a cravat. Now, this wasn't just any old piece of cloth. Oh no, sir! It was the granddaddy of all the ties and bow ties we see today. Imagine that! Your necktie had great-great-grandparents. So, let's dive into a funny little story about how this cravat became super famous. Back in the day, in the 1600s, soldiers called the Croats had a special style. They wore these cool neckbands that made them look oh so fancy. It was like their superhero cape, but for their necks. Now, these Croats were such trendsetters that when they visited France, everyone went bananas over their neckbands. They were like, wow, look at those cool nuts. We gotta have them. And just like that, a fashion trend was born. The French folks loved the cravats so much, they started wearing them too. They even made a game out of tying them in fancy ways. It was like the ice bucket challenge, but for neckties. And guess what? They had not one, not two, but 16 whole lessons on how to tie these things. It was like necktie school. But wait, here's a fun fact. The Romans, those ancient pizza lovers, were actually the first to rock the knotted neckwear. They were the original cool kids on the block. When the Croatian soldiers showed up in France, their neckwear was so stylish that the French King Louis XIV said, "I need that in my life." And poof! Everyone in France started rocking the cravat. They even made songs about it. Cravat on my neck, looking oh so fine, tying it in lessons 16 times. Okay, maybe they didn't sing songs, but you get the idea. So, the cravat became all the rage and people started getting creative. They added buttons, made it out of silk for fancy folks, and even cotton for the everyday Joe. And if you were really cool, you had a cravat with a little tuft or a rosette. It was the bling of the 1600s. And that's how the cravat turned from a soldier's neckband into the ties we know and love today. So next time you wear a tie, remember you're rocking a piece of funny fashion history.